Hey everybody, welcome back. That was our most recent week of the trip. We are outside of Bandera, Texas. We're in a really lovely campground called Boulder Dash Cabin and RV Park. We mentioned in one of the comments that we weren't going to really talk about campgrounds and RV parks that we don't really enjoy, because we don't really want to be responsible for someone, losing money if that's their livelihood. But places that we do enjoy, we're going to talk a lot about. So this place is really awesome. Owners are great. It's a small, quaint little campground. There's only 4 RV sites. There's a few tent sites and a cabin, a rental RV, and it's right on the Medina River, which is absolutely beautiful. It's really low because there's a drought right now. Still really beautiful. Boulders, there's cliff edges, and the whole scene is just really beautiful. As you can see, it's been a little windy here this week. I guess you're finally kind of moving west and getting into desert sort of territory when you get strong winds all the time like this. We didn't realize how it can sort of keep you inside on certain days though. If it's strong enough, there's really not a whole lot you can do outside comfortably. But we still got plenty of good weather, only a few windy days, and this is just kind of mild today. So for the first time in a few long, painful weeks, our kids have linked up with some friends at this campground, and it has been so awesome all around for the kids, for Angie and I to get a minute of quiet in the camper. We're starting to jokingly call the camper the torture capsule whenever we're stuck inside there with the kids, because it's just, if you could imagine young kids, loud, rambunctious, and then you put them into a little box where everything echoes, it's torture. So they got to get outside, and having friends waiting for them every day to play with is just awesome. So as I mentioned, this campground is right outside of a town called Bandera. If you're not familiar, it's in central Texas. In hill country. It is considered the cowboy capital of the world, and it's a really fun little town. It's got almost like an old Western style feel to it. When you drive through, all the storefronts look kind of old and cowboyish. And they had, we actually ended up missing it, unfortunately, but they had the Cowboy Mardi Gras when we were here, which supposedly is a big hit. They do a parade, the whole town comes out for it. It sounds like a lot of fun. So as far as our time out in nature goes on this trip, we spent a lot of our time down by the river. It's convenient, it's beautiful, it's quiet down there. The water's low, but it's still running, so it sounds really nice. So we spent most of our days here, and then we spent a couple of our days over at Hill Country State Natural Area, which is about 30 minutes away. It's got like a dozen trails or so to choose from, and all kinds of different difficulty levels, all kinds of different terrain. First one we did was the West Peak Overlook Trail, which was pretty challenging, but the kids were able to hang. It was about 2,000 feet up, I think, if I'm getting that right. View was absolutely beautiful when you get to the top. And it was overcast and cloudy, still looked beautiful. Second time we went back, we went to the Heritage Loop Trail, which was a real easy, flat, still really nice trail to check out if you're there. And then there's like 10 others. Too many to choose from. It was really cool. So I'm going to keep this one pretty short today. As you might notice, my partner's missing for this video. I just stepped away from the fun for a moment just to come up and do the video real quick. We don't have a lot of time today. We got to get prepping for our next stop. We have a really long drive to get there, but we are so excited about it. I'm really excited to share it with you guys in a couple weeks. So let's jump right into some lessons learned.
Lessons learned.
We fortunately didn't run into a whole lot of challenges or disappointments this trip, so just have a few lessons learned for this one. First one, I discovered something called the Blue Beacon Truck Wash, which also does RVs. Our RV has been getting progressively grimier, and we were trying to figure out how we're going to wash this, because you're not allowed to in most state parks, most campgrounds. They don't want the soap, the runoff, and all that. So you drive through one of these Blue Beacons, $30. They wash the whole camper for you. We were in and out of there in like 30 minutes. It was awesome. So if you've got an RV and you haven't discovered this already, check it out. Next lesson has to do with the torture capsule. So we've been finding that ideal scenario is there's kids at the campground for the kids to play with. They're out of the camper first thing. They're making their noise outside of the camper, which is awesome. If there's no kids around, then we're finding the thing to do is you just have to get them outside for any reason that you can think of. Just keeping yourself locked inside the camper with all the noise the kids make, it just is going to get to you, no matter how strong or patient you are. So have to get them outside quickly as possible. Third lesson is patience, and this has to do with our string of bad locations in RV parks before getting to this one. We were starting to get pretty down about it and starting to feel like, hey, maybe we just got lucky the first couple of weeks and most places are actually really crappy like this. Be patient. You're gonna eventually land in a beautiful spot like this, and it's gonna totally be worth it. We are super excited for our next stop. So we sort of hinted at where we're gonna be in our last video, and I don't wanna wear that joke out. We were getting a little playful about it. Check out the last video if you wanna take some guesses as to where we're going. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. Please hit the like button to support us. We appreciate everyone who's watching and for all the helpful comments. Thank you.